Hello and welcome to another edition of the Reserve Report, your source for what's going on locally and around the Reserve. I'm your host, Corporal Michael Ito. Active component staff sergeants and gunnery sergeants with more than 15 and less than 20 years of service may now be eligible for early retirement. The fiscal year 2014 Temporary Early Retirement Program guidelines have been released and may offer qualified Marines the opportunity to retire. See MAR Admin 40713 for more. Details of the TRICARE Reserve Select Program have also been released for fiscal year 14. Commanders may contact their appropriate TRICARE regional office or see MAR Admin 36113 for more. 4th Marine Aircraft Wing will be well represented at this year's Miramar Air Show with 4 squadrons helping bring America inside the MACTAF.
The Marine Air Ground Task Force is the backbone of what the Marine Corps does as a fighting force as a whole. Everything the Marine Corps does, no matter what MOS it is, it's somehow, some way tied to a Lance Corporal kicking a door in a city somewhere.
It makes us a scalable force and the nation's force in readiness.
There is nothing that can stop us.
Many Reserve Marines rotating back to the States from deployments and exercises may notice the sounds of life a little less. The Marine Corps Combat Support Schools want to make sure that doesn't happen. Here's a look at what you can do to protect your hearing.
Noise is defined as any unwanted sound. As a Marine, it's all around you daily, on duty and off. Different environments come with different noises. What you may not realize is just how damaging some of these noises can be to your hearing. Throughout this video, we are going to take an in-depth look at hearing conservation and discuss what you can do to protect your hearing.
Sailors and DOD personnel, this is DJ Sergeant Mage. Make sure you got some ear protection on because we're going to start the day off rocking.
Noise gets picked up by your outer ear, which funnels sound down the ear canal and straight into the middle ear, where the eardrum and the ossicular chain are housed. The eardrum vibrates from the sound waves, and that motion is transferred to the 3 small bones that make up the ossicular chain. When these bones move from the vibrations of the eardrum, they set fluid in motion within your inner ear that in turn stimulates thousands of small hairs, or cilia, within the cochlea. As these hairs move back and forth in the fluid, they transmit electrical impulses to the brain, where sense is made out of the sound we just heard. While you don't have to remember the anatomy of the ear, it is important to understand just how complicated of a system the ear is and just how easy it is to damage. Many things can damage your hearing, but the most common is long-term, unprotected, chronic exposure to high noise levels. These harmful noises make the tiny hairs inside of your ear bend over, just like grass after it's been stepped on. After a while, the hairs in the inner ear can eventually stand back up, but after repeated exposure to damaging noise, these hairs can become permanently bent over or broken. This means the hair can no longer transmit signals to the brain. This is why hearing impaired people often ask you to speak up. Examples of this type of exposure include running aircraft engines, rifle range operations, firing artillery, landing aircraft cushioned operations, operating power tools and heavy equipment, and operating various types of motor vehicles. But it's not always long-term, unprotected exposure to noise that can damage your hearing. Instant, acute exposure to high noise levels, like those from an explosion, can instantly damage your hearing. Although there are many unusually high noise level situations that could potentially damage your ears, many everyday situations could potentially damage your hearing too. For example, listening to music with earbuds and using maximum volume, attending a rock concert and standing next to the speakers, or using a very loud car stereo system. So what can you do about it? There are several forms of hearing protection available, and in some cases, using two forms is ideal. But for now, we're going to look at some of the most readily available forms of hearing protection that you'll find out there. Earmuffs are a protective hearing device that fit over your ears to block out or muffle high levels of noise. You most often see earmuffs engineered inside of other safety devices, such as a pilot or crew chief's helmet. You've probably also seen them on the pistol or rifle ranges, or on the flight deck or flight line. Earplugs, both reusable and disposable, are readily available and easy to use. Most Marines are familiar with reusable earplugs, as they are part of their standard issue from the Consolidated Issue Facility. Reusable earplugs need to be thoroughly cleaned after each use and routinely inspected for damage. One type of combat arms earplugs come with two different colored ends, an olive green side and a yellow side. The olive green side offers passive hearing protection by constantly reducing the noise level. These are used in environments where constant exposure to damaging levels of noise is expected, and the need for verbal communication is low, such as in a metal shop or in a mechanic's bay. The yellow side reduces noise levels as well, but has a small opening in the center to allow for easier communication. These are ideal for situations in which exposure to damaging levels of noise is expected, but there is a need for communication as well, such as operating artillery or working in a motor pool. Another version of hearing protection device is the Generation 4 Combat Arms earplugs. These devices have a toggle valve which allows you to go from constant protection to impulse protection without the need to remove them from your ear. With the valve open, the built-in acoustic filter lets you hear virtually everything around you for excellent situational awareness. Then, when a loud noise strikes the acoustic filter, the plugs instantly and automatically increase in acoustic resistance, providing you with the protection you need against dangerously loud sounds, including impulse noise from small arms fire, noise of arc flash from a welding rig, jackhammers on a construction site, or even the noise of a table saw or nail gun. The other types of earplugs you've probably seen readily available at the rifle range or pistol range are called foam or soft earplugs. These foam or soft earplugs are designed for one-time use only and should be thrown away after you have used them. For soft or foam earplugs, you need to roll the earplug down in order to get it to fit properly into the ear. Hold the earplug between your thumb and forefinger and begin rolling it back and forth as shown. Gradually add more pressure to the earplug until you are eventually squeezing the plug as hard as you can. Once you have squeezed the earplug down, insert one end of the earplug deeply into the ear canal and then lightly hold it in place until the foam expands enough to keep the earplug in place by itself. To ensure proper placement of either earplug, the wearer needs to know the angle the ear canal takes. Your audiologist, corpsman, or audiology technician will tell you, but if they don't, ask when you have your annual audiogram. For best fit of either earplug, the wearer needs to reach behind their head with their free hand and grasp the upper or lower portion of the ear depending on the direction of the ear canal. Gently pull the external ear up or down and back to expose a straight alignment of the ear canal for the earplug. Last, we are going to look at another way to protect your hearing, besides using hearing protection, and that is minimizing your chances of being exposed to damaging levels of noise. Due to the advancement of technology, personal electronic music devices are now commonplace. The problem isn't the music, but the volume that the music is played at, and the earbuds used with the device. Earbuds, while convenient because they block out noise, also block the ear canal and force sound directly against the eardrum. The close proximity of damaging pulses through the earbuds is a harmful combination to our hearing. In other situations involving music, such as inside your car, don't turn the volume all the way up. At clubs or music concerts, don't stand too close to the speakers. These systems are designed to push music out so it can fill the entire club. Standing right next to the speaker is a surefire way to damage your ability to hear for the rest of the night, and possibly the rest of your life. So remember, it may be easy to overlook your ability to hear now, but do yourself a favor. Protect your ears and your ability to hear.
Speaking of EarPro, our Marines with 2nd Battalion 24th Marines just got off their annual rifle qualification range at Camp Atterbury, Indiana. They wanted to give us a little insight into what being a Reserve Marine is all about. Lance Corporal Tiffany Edwards has the story.
I joined the reserves. I needed some type of direction and discipline, and I also needed a way to pay for school, and this has helped me.
I just joined to serve my country. At the time it was go to school. Now it's get to pursue both passions, serve my country and pursue my career.
I joined the reserves because I was active duty for 4 years and I felt like just coming to reserve unit to pass on some knowledge.
Joined the reserves to serve my country while also continuing to go to school full time.
My favorite thing about the reserves is probably the other Marines. It's a great bunch of guys. We all have a lot in common. It's just really strong brotherhood.
Well, I get to play hard, work hard, and at the end of the day I get to go home and see my family.
There's not a lot of nonsense in what we do. It's all focused on infantry training.
That about does it for this edition of the Reserve Report. As always, for more news, photos, and videos, check out our website at www.marforres.marines.mil. I'm Corporal Michael Ito. Thanks for watching.